My parents did a lot of things to me that I have forgiven, but I have not forgotten. Yeah, I try to forget, but it's so difficult, especially when I have triggers, when I have moments that triggers me, moments that reminds me of my childhood traumas. I have a lot. Before I go on, there's a difference between punishing a child and torturing them. When I say torture, extreme type, the type you cannot even give to your enemy. I received from my parents, yeah, especially my mother.
Honestly, childhood trauma is something that children would have to carry along their entire life, especially when they see you, when they hear your name. They wouldn't feel comfortable associating with you because of that pain they have carried on all through their life. Some of them have physical scars, internal scars that can never be healed, just like Angela is voicing at hers. I will let you watch the full video and listen to her. But then I wondered her mother, how she feels, her dad, looking at her, how much she has come to thrive, or she's thriving currently, and she is a big influencer, big social media influencer on Facebook or her TikTok handles, looking at other influencers like Benny Words, hair tutorial, and a whole lot of them bringing in their mother, Cora, the dad is there dancing, and she cannot freely bring in her own parents. They are living, but they are nowhere near her. Can you imagine when your parents are still alive? It still feels like they are not there. Guys, let's just listen to her first. Angie Nation, sorry you went through that. Sorry, but let's hear her before I
Yeah, okay.
continue.
So one time I disobeyed them. I did something, I was rebellious. A lot of us that grew up in that generation knows that, they were very strict. Our parents then were very strict. But I think mine was just beyond strictness. That level of using kerosene and Cameroon pepper, like you mix kerosene with Cameroon pepper and pour on your child. First of all, they started by using that wooden spatula, that wooden turning garri that they used to do. Then now they scraped my head, like scraped to skin cuts, kudos. And my father started hitting me that thing on my head, all over my body, non-stop. I was a teenager, mind you, a very small child.
Wait a second. Can you let me know the intentions of parents that would scrape the hair of their own child? Scrape off the hair, use kerosene on their own daughter's body in the name of punishment. Let me know what they think. Secondly, I'm also wondering if they truly gave birth to Angie Nation. Yes, Angela, I think I need to bring you over to my channel to ask you these questions, But Angela is not alone in this journey of childhood trauma. There are a lot of women. I will share a story on here. Let's continue.
And in all this, they made sure I had no clothes on. I was not wearing anything. Nothing at all. So that the whole thing will enter. They kept flogging. I was dizzy. The pain, the excruciating pain. I almost passed out at some point. And it will break. When it breaks into two on my body, my mom will give him the extra that we had at home. He will continue. And when that extra broke on my body, she went and brought his belt buckle. The belt, and he was flogging me the buckle, not the belt, the buckle. When the thing scattered on my body, my mom went and mixed kerosene with Cameroon pepper. Yeah, I'm telling you the truth. My mom is still alive. I'm sure she'll watch this video and she'll remember all this. So she mixed Cameroon pepper and started pouring it from my head. From my head, all the bleeding, the pain, the cuts, the amount of scars I have on my body. If I have 100 scars, I got like 90% from my parents. She'll pour me the whole thing on my body, pain, kerosene, and then if I try to cry or try to open mouth to say why, I should be targeting me. Like she'll be waiting for me to try to beg or try to ask why this kind of torture? This is no longer discipline. If I try to ask a question, she'll target and then she'll just pour it into my mouth. The thing will go straight down my throat, enter my nose, go into my eyes. Oh my god, if you notice now, you notice how I blink. This blinking didn't start now. It started from when I was small. Like a lot of things that are wrong with me started from there.
Imagine as an adult I have scars on my legs, but I know that those scars, I know how they came about from injuries, falls that I had when I was in primary school. I had this big pulse and blah blah blah. The scars are still. I don't like them up to. In fact, normally I don't like wearing short skirts or this bomb. It's recently that I started. Last month we went to Isle of Wight. I was wearing one short for the first time. I asked my husband if he notices those. He said no, that he cannot see anything. I said, wow, confidence, loaded for me to start at least wearing something like that. Talk more of when you remember that the scars you have on your skin were caused by your own parents. They gave you those indelible marks. Can you hear the tone in her voice? Shaky, crying. And guess what? She says her mother will be watching this video in case. That means she's not lying. Let's go.
So I'll be wondering why. And then while all these things were going on, my hands were binded. Like they would tie my hands, and tie my legs. So I will not be able to fight back. I will not be able to wage the flogging. I will not be able to, like try to see if you can run away. They will tie you naked, stuck naked there. And funny enough is I have 5 other siblings because we are 6. None of my other siblings were tortured like this. None. Yes, everybody receives their own for punishment once in a while, but none of them did she never used kerosene or tatashi or bell pepper or Cameroon pepper on any of them except me.
To support what Angela was saying, that she has other siblings and none of them were tortured in the same pattern. I have a friend. She's not just a young person. She's in her late 40s. She currently works with the police in this country. She owns she has appeared on my channel 2 times. She's an African lady, not Nigerian. She shared a similar experience. She went through the same thing in the hands of her own mom. Her own was something else. In fact, you know me the way I am too inquisitive. I was like, are you sure she was actually your age? She said yes. She has other siblings and none of them had ever experienced what she went through as a child. That she was used as a maid in her own house. Her other siblings were going to school that is nearby their house, but she has to walk for an hour plus those years. She has to walk for an hour plus. And the worst she told me was she reported, sexual abuse, that kind of thing, to her mom. Her mom did nothing about it. Her mom did what? Nothing. The mom would visit this country, United Kingdom, here in London, and the mom would not see her. Up till now, everybody is grown up. She has her own life. She said she told her first daughter currently is in the university. She said she told them, because when they talk about grandma, she has to let them know what she went through. Her own mom would visit other siblings here. And guess what? The mom is currently a pastor. She told me that. The mom is a pastor. And I asked her, I said, what is she pastoring that she has not reconciled with you? She said she has forgiven, but she cannot forget. Exactly what Angela just pointed out. Currently a pastor. Don't be surprised she has members in her church who come in there to pray and sing. But you have a child, you would fly all the way from Africa to the United Kingdom. You will not see your child and you still pray and preach. Mothers, we can do better than this. So Angela is not in any way lying for the fact that she portrays the point that the mom is still alive. And I'm telling you what somebody who has appeared on my channel 2 times, I can still bring her up here to talk, if you don't mind. She experienced the worst. I was shocking because look at us. Some of us, our parents are no more. My mom, my dad. And people who have theirs living cannot even have a moment with their parents. Cannot even. Angela Nwosu. Nwosu is an Igbo name. In our culture, the Igbos, when a woman gives birth, your own mother would come and spend 3 months. It's called Omugo. Have you ever seen Angela flaunting or filming with her mom? Do you think that Angela's mom would be confidently happy to come and spend 1 week, 2 weeks at Angela's house in Obodo Ibo or in Nigeria without feeling guilt? How would they be laughing? How would they be cooking? Angela might even be scared that she has come to poison her or something like that. It's crazy. Let's listen.
And as an adult now, I think about these things once in a while, and I see ask why. There was one time I called her, I think a few months ago. I just woke up, I started remembering my childhood, and I was crying profusely. I picked up my phone and I called her. I reminded her of someone. I said, Mommy, why did you do all those things to me? Why? Do you know that you damaged me? You did a lot of damage to my life. And she said something, and she said, that she was ignorant, that I should let all these things go, and she be God has blessed me. In her words, leave all this thing now, it's bygone. I was ignorant. I didn't know what I was doing. That's how I thought I was training children and my child well to be a better person then. Forget about these things now. You're not supposed to be remembering them. Should be God has blessed you. That was what she said. I just ended the phone. You see? So I kept thinking again. I continued to cry because I look at my sisters, no scars. I look at my brothers, no scars. And I'm asking, I'm doing this video today not to talk bad about my mother or like blame her or anything. I just want to understand if there are other children as at that time that went through what I went through. And please, this is not about my mother because a lot of you, if you want to judge me, judge me. Judge me, call me names, call me whatever you want to call me. I don't care. Do you understand? Because this is about me. If you want to believe that up to today, I am still traumatized. Up to today, if I see my mom, I have to pretend to be okay around her. I still have jitters, I still have triggers, I still have fear. I am still scared of her. Do you understand? Like I don't know how people can stay with their mom for like 1 week, 1 month. So I can't 3 days like this. I'll start being scared. I'll start having nightmares. I'll start because of all the childhood traumas. There is even one that I've not mustered the courage to share. If I share that one, like a lot of people have, you have to get tissues. You have to carry your buckets because a lot of tears will happen that day. So the major reason of doing this video is I just want to know if it was exclusive to me because all these things did not happen to my siblings. I remember one that after they finished torturing me, they left me naked on the ground. Till the very next day, no food, no water. I slept on the floor, still binded, my hands, my leg. Everywhere was swollen. My eyes were swollen, my jaw, my neck, my head was swollen. I had cuts, I was bleeding. And guess what? At the middle of the night, I started seeing my period. I was lying on my period till the next day. Till my mother was satisfied for me to be untied and go to clean my body. My body started peeling because of the kerosene and the pepper. My eyes, I had red eyes for days. I just want to know if other people experience this thing. I have a lot of experiences. I have so many. I have the anxiety disorder that I have till today came from my childhood trauma. A lot of issues I have mentally from there. A lot of physical like avoidance issue that I have started from my childhood. I didn't have a normal childhood. I didn't grow up in a loving family. I grew up in a very dysfunctional family, right? I didn't know we were not taught sibling love. We were not taught love. Do you get any kind of love you see me show now is the one I learned as I grew as an adult and from my husband. Do you get? So please.
Angela is obviously not alone in this kind of situation. I shared mine here, but not directly from my mom. You know, when I was growing up as a child, when I was 9, 10, I went to stay with an auntie in Abuja. What happened to me, where I was given swallow that was thrown into the hen house, you know, where they used to keep chicken and all of that, with the poo and everything all around the swallow. It finally gave me soup. I've shared that experience here. And a lot of people are going through this. Imagine looking at your other siblings and you are the only one that is I'm just trying to, you know, use light words. You know, Google is very sensitive and I use video key. Everything I'm saying is being translated, you know, into writing. So I'm being cautious. It is really sad. A lot of people are still going through similar experiences Angela went through. But my questions are, why would a mother, even the father by the side, supporting all of this, ended this? You know, normally when a man is on their child, you know, the mother on the other side will say, please stop, stop, stop. And when it is the mother doing that, the dad will come to the rescue of that child. But in Angela's case, you heard her. Papa and mama, they join hand. This one will bring belt, this one will bring the other one. What did she do wrong? Even if she was conceived by error, you know, by that word, R-A, complete the word. I also asked my friend, if she was also conceived through that. She said no, her mother never mentioned anything like that, that it was just natural, that she feels like she doesn't have a mother. Her mother to her, yeah, she said to me, my mom is not living. Exactly her lines. This is similar thing Angela would be feeling. She said it in this video. How do people manage to spend 1 week, 1 month with their own mothers in their home? Imagine. And she's so blessed that she married a man who comes from a home where love leads. No siblings, rival. They were taught, because if you look at the husband, I follow Angela, but not all her videos. The man is always there, helping, supporting her. You know what it means when you have a man that you can trust, no matter your shape, no matter how you are feeling in sickness. You have seen what she went through. Have you seen how much she has lost naturally? You know, childbirth was tough for her, and the whole lot of all the experiences she went through, that man was there. When she got that man, or when they were dating, people were like, this one, how many years now? I think they must have been up to 3 or 4 years she got married, if not more than that. They are staying in Dubai. I don't know if they've left Dubai by now. She's so lucky. Like she stated, she found a man who understands what caring, affection, what it means. Because people, imagine her own family, what it would be like, she and her siblings. She said that she was never taught to care, show affection to anybody. Some parents are just not worthy to become a parent. Yes, I'm saying that when you cannot teach your children how to love, how to care, how to look out for their brothers and their sisters, how to be kind, they will carry on that attitude into the society, into their marriage, and all of that. And anybody that encounters them as partner or a partner will be suffering indirectly from your bad labor, from the bad fruit you have nurtured to grow. This is what happens. Yes, when you cannot rear your children very well, they grow up to become to become something else to others. So Angela, it's a pity you went through all of this. I am still asking the question if she was truly your mom, but she is, hence I've heard and I've seen, not that I was told. It's just terrible. Let me know why you think a mother who conceived their child, normally would suddenly become so aggressive to one of, even if the childbearing processes was so difficult, even if, I don't know, even if you didn't plan to have, the child did not decide to come into your womb. You did what implanted that child into your womb. The urugede, you did. That is the manifestation. So why would a woman, a mother, father, suddenly hate their own child? Let me know in the comment section. Yeah. Anyway, this is one of the reasons why in the Western world, social services would have taken control of this. Foster parents. This is just the need of this set of professionals in our society, in the Western society. I wish we had something like this in Nigeria. Funny enough, in those years, when parents maltreat their children, neighbors, they watch, they don't do nothing. But thanks goodness to social media, everybody is now a journalist and reporter. When things like this are currently happening, even to a house help, maid, charge and pay, people film, they report it. We have activists all over. They will go for their rescue. I don't think things like this still happen in our Nigerian society. But if it was to be in the UK, you know what could have happened? Social workers will take control. Foster parents, you could have gone into adoption and all of that and have a better home, better upbringing. But in all, Angela, we thank God for your life, just like your mother pointed out. God has blessed you, and he has blessed you indeed. Just move on with your life. I'm glad to hear that you have forgiven your mother. It is true. The scar is there. It is physical. It is internally. It is hard to erase, but lucky you found a good husband. I pray you inspire love, caring, understanding, kindness to your children as well. Yes, keep healing, forgive, and forget if possible. Thank you once again for clicking to watch this content. Please like my video, subscribe to my channel, and keep coming back for more. Bye for now.